Here are the tools we will use to make some simple yet thoughtful and cool artwork at home. We are going to be working on 4 different pieces of artwork. All I did was take colored crayons, colored pencils, glue, scissors, and scratch paper that we already had at home. As you can see, I'm drawing a medium-sized heart. I'm cutting it out. I'm going to be doing most of the work because Brayden is only 2 and he can't do some of the more complex things, but he is going to be helping me out. Like, I will hold his hand and help him to color, or let him color by himself, or paint, whatever. So anyways, for this specific activity that we are working on right now, we are going to make a nice picture with a sweet note on it to one of his favorite aunts. As you can see, I am holding his hand because I don't want him to get the paint everywhere, just in specific spots. I just came up with these ideas off the top of my head again. So we are just taking some white paint and putting it on the outside of the heart. So the idea is to create a flower as well, cut that out and put that in the middle of the heart, and then put a note on the heart as well to his aunt. So we are still putting the paint on, as you can see, and then we're going to work on the flower. And for the flower, what I'm going to do is just take some white paper, use a green colored pencil. At first, I didn't like how the colored pencil was coming onto the paper. It was very light and it was actually ripping, so I decided to use a color crayon. So I'm just drawing the stem of the flower on the white paper with the green colored crayon, and then I'm going to take the scissors and I am going to cut that out, and then I'm going to place that on the heart. So here it is right here. It looks a little bit crazy right now because I did let Brayden color over it as well. I want his hands to be active in this as well. So like I said before, I'm cutting it out. That's what I'm doing here now. And then we are going to take the glue and we are going to glue that right onto the middle of it with the bottom of the stem at the bottom of the heart. Okay, so here we have it. We're going to put that to the side and let it dry. I'm going to take this pink paper and just draw the actual flower itself. I did a few different ones because I wasn't liking how they were coming out, but finally got the one. So now I'm going to cut that out, and then we are going to glue that part on the top of the stem of the flower, and then we're going to have ourselves a flower. But we're going to again let the glue dry on the heart, and we're going to go forward to a different activity. So for this activity, I'm taking a plain white piece of paper and I'm using red paint, painting it all over the palm of Brayden's hand, and then he's going to stick that hand right in the middle of the paper, and then we're going to let that dry, and we're going to give this piece of artwork to his great grandparents who he loves dearly, and I'm going to write some sweet words on it as well for them. This was really cool because all I had to do was just use some soap and water, and the paint washed off very easily from his hand. I didn't have to scrub or anything like that. So while that dries, we're going to go on to a new activity. So here are the scraps from the previous activity we were working on, which was the heart for his aunt. There's no need to let it go to waste, so I thought, hey, let's use this for something. So I decided, let's take these colored crayons, let's draw some mini hearts, and let's cut them out. And what we're going to do with these mini hearts are, every time when Brayden does something that is good, thoughtful, nice, or kind, I'm going to give him a heart and let him know hearts mean that I love you. Thank you for picking your toys up. Thank you for being a good boy at the store and listening while mommy was shopping. Thank you for helping me out. Thank you for just anything that he does that's nice and kind and thoughtful, so that he can do more of that and less of the outbursts of whining and crying. Hopefully this will help. So I've already did this video a while ago. I'm just now editing it. So we have already tried this out and it actually has been working really well. I love it. He actually will get the hearts too and give them to me when he wants to tell me that he loves me. So it's super sweet. It was a very creative idea. Again, I just thought of this off the top of my head and it's been working. So I take them with us when we go out. I'll put the hearts in my bag and then just give him one. I'll let him know, here, Papa, or here, Brayden, you get a heart. I love you. Thank you for listening to mommy. Thank you for being quiet while mommy was doing this or that. Thank you for picking up those toys. Thank you for being a good boy. Mommy loves you. You know, I just do those types of things with him, and it's been helping. My focus is to make him happy, to help him to be more thoughtful, to be more kind, patient, and loving, and two, for myself, and it's been going great. All right, so for this activity here, as you can see, I've drawn a stem to a flower. The idea here is to create a flower that is kind of 3D-ish on the paper and then give it to his grandpa and his granny. So I'm using the old scratch paper again. We don't want that to go to waste. We can use that for the petals. So instead of just drawing the petals on the purple paper itself, I'm going to create them here on this white scratch paper, drawing circles, cutting them out. I'm going to fold them in half so that way it can look like a flower petal. And then I'm going to let Brayden color the inside of the petals with different colors. And then we're going to glue those onto the paper so that we can have a pretty flower. So here it is. It looks pretty good to me. I like how it came out. Now I'm going to let Brayden do his coloring, and then, like I said, we're just going to glue it on. So you guys enjoy, and I know it looks like I've been doing most of the work, which I have, but Brayden has been helping me on the sideline, so, and he's been enjoying it. But as you can see, for that past note, I just wrote on there, I love it when you give me big warm hugs, Papa, and then there'll be a note for Granny. I love it when you give me juice and snacks, and then there'll be like another note for them. You guys will see it all at the end of the video. Alrighty, so we're done now. You guys can pause the video to read the notes, but here are the finishing touches. His papa and his granny loved it, and then we're going to hop over to the end result for his auntie and his great-grandparents. Here we have it. Auntie Tikwa, I love you. You're the best. Love Auntie Baby. They all loved their artwork, and it was really cool, really simple, really fun. He calls his great-grandparents mother and daddy. Thanks for watching. Y'all stay tuned for our next video, A Day in the Life of Quarantine.